Right now, in this very moment, your life is on the brink of an incredible transformation. You're standing at the edge of something amazing, something that's going to change everything. Can you feel it? Eat that tingling sensation, that spark of excitement. That's your future calling out to you, saying, hey, it's time. Everything you've ever wanted is about to show up all at once. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Really? All at once? That sounds too good to be true. But let me tell you, it's not just possible. It's happening right now, whether you believe it or not. The universe doesn't wait for your permission to bring good things into your life. It's already set in motion like a huge wave building up in the ocean, ready to crash onto the shore of your reality. But here's the thing. You've got to be ready to catch that wave. You've got to be in the right place at the right time with the right mindset. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to get you ready for the biggest, most incredible moment of your life. First things, talk about your thoughts. Your thoughts are like little seeds that you plant in the garden of your mind. What kind of seeds are you planting? Are they seeds of doubt, fear, and worry? Or are they seeds of hope, excitement, and possibility? Because let me tell you, whatever you plant, that's what's going to grow. So right now, I want you to start planting those seeds of possibility. I want you to start thinking everything I want is coming to me all at once. Say it out loud, feel it in your bones, let it sink into every cell of your body. Because when you truly believe it, when you feel it with every fiber of your being, that's when the magic starts to happen. Now, I'm not talking about just sitting on your couch and waiting for good things to fall into your lap. No way. This is about aligning your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. It's about getting into that sweet spot where everything just clicks. Think about it like, have you ever had a day where everything just seemed to go right? Where you hit every green light, where you ran into an old friend you were just thinking about, where opportunities seemed to fall into your lap. That's what we're talking about here. But on a much bigger scale, we're talking about your whole life lining up like that. Those perfect days don't just happen by chance. They happen because you're in the right state of mind, you're open, you're positive, you're expectant. And that's the state we need to get you into right now. So how do we do that? How do we get you into that perfect state where everything you want can come flooding into your life? Teaching. It starts with your morning. From the moment you wake up, you need to set the tone for your day. Don't reach for your phone and start scrolling through social media. Don't immediately start worrying about all the things you have to do. Instead, take a few minutes to just breathe. Feel the air filling your lungs, feel your heart beating in your chest, feel the life flowing through your body. And as you're breathing, start to visualize. See in your mind's eye all the things you want coming into your life. See that dream job, that perfect relationship, that ideal body, that financial abundance. See it all in vivid, technicolor detail. Feel the emotions of having those things. Feel the joy, the excitement, the gratitude. Now, I want you to hold on to that feeling as you go about your day. Carry it with you like a glowing ball of light in your chest. Let it influence every interaction, every decision you make. Because when you're in that state, you're going to start noticing opportunities that you might have missed before. You're going to start attracting people and situations that align with your desires. But it's not just about feeling good. It's about taking action from that place of positive expectation. It's about making decisions and choices that align with the future you want to create. If you want that dream job, start acting like you already have it. Dress the part, speak the part, think the part. If you want that perfect relationship, start treating yourself and others with the love and respect you expect from your ideal partner. Now, I know this might sound a bit strange. You might be thinking, but I don't have those things yet. Isn't this just pretending? And my answer to that is absolutely. But here's the thing. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you're vividly imagining. When you consistently think and feel as if you already have what you want, your brain starts to wire itself to match that reality. Think about it like this. Have you ever bought a new car? And suddenly you start seeing that same model everywhere. It's not that there are suddenly more of those cars on the road. It's that your brain is now tuned to notice them. The same thing happens when you start focusing on what you want. You start noticing opportunities, ideas, and resources that have always been there, but that you've been overlooking. So let's talk about how to keep this momentum going throughout your day. It's not enough to just start your morning right. You need to maintain that high vibration, that positive expectation all day long. One powerful way to do this is through gratitude. Gratitude is like a magnet for miracles. When you're grateful for what you have, you open yourself up to receiving more. So throughout your day, take moments to pause and appreciate the good things in your life. It could be something as simple as a delicious cup of coffee, a kind word from a stranger, or the feel of the sun on your skin. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll find to be grateful for. Another key practice is to watch your words. The words you speak have incredible power. They're like spells that you cast on your own life. So start speaking as if everything you want is already yours. Instead of saying, I hope I get that job, say, I'm so excited about my new job. Instead of saying, I wish I had more money, say, I'm grateful for the abundance flowing into my life. Your words shape your reality, so choose them wisely. Now, let's talk about challenges because let's face it, life isn't always smooth sailing. There will be obstacles, there will be setbacks. But here's the thing, those challenges are not there to stop you. They're there to strengthen you, to prepare you for the amazing things that are coming your way. When you face a challenge, don't see it as a sign that things aren't working out. See it as a sign that you're growing, that you're getting closer to your goals. Every obstacle is an opportunity to prove to yourself and to the universe that you're ready for what you want. Here's a powerful secret. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the breakthrough that's coming. So when you face a big obstacle, get excited. It means you're on the verge of something incredible. It means the universe is about to deliver something amazing to you. It's like the darkness just before the dawn. The darkest part of the night comes right before the sun rises. So how do you handle these challenges? With grace, with confidence, and with the unwavering belief that everything is working out for your highest good? When something doesn't go as planned, take a deep breath and say to yourself, this is happening for me, not to me. This is preparing me for something even better. And then from that place of calm and confidence, look for the lesson. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How is this making me stronger, wiser, more prepared for the amazing things that are coming my way? Because every challenge you face is shaping you into the person who can handle the success that's on. Now let's talk about your energy. Everything in the universe is energy, including you, and like attracts like. So if you want to attract amazing things into your life, you need to become an energetic match for those things. You need to raise your vibration to match the vibration of what you want. How do you do that? Well, it starts with taking care of yourself. Eat foods that make you feel good and energized. Move your body in ways that feel joyful. Get enough sleep. Surround yourself with positive people who lift you up. Do things that bring you joy and make you feel alive. But it's not just about physical energy. It's about your emotional and mental energy too. Pay attention to the thoughts and feelings you're having throughout the day. Are they mostly positive or negative? Are they aligned with what you want? Or are they pulling you away from it? When you notice negative thoughts or feelings, don't judge them or try to push them away. Instead, acknowledge them, thank them for trying to protect you, and then choose a better feeling thought. Remember, you're not your thoughts or your feelings. You're the one who gets to choose which thoughts and feelings to focus on. Start celebrating before you see the results. Too often, we think we'll be happy when we get what we want, but the truth is, you need to be happy first, and then you'll get what you want. So start celebrating now. Dance around your living room, pump your fist in the air, shout yes at the top of your lungs. Feel the joy and excitement of having what you want, even before it shows up in your physical reality. Now let's talk about action, because while all of this mental and emotional work is crucial, it's not enough on its own. You need to take inspired action to bring your desires into reality. But here's the key, it needs to be inspired action, not forced action. What's the difference? Forced action comes from a place of fear or lack. It's when you're pushing and struggling, trying to make things happen through sheer force of will. Inspired action, on the other hand, comes from a place of alignment and flow. It feels easy, exciting, even effortless. So how do you know when to take action? You listen to your intuition. You pay attention to those gut feelings, those nudges from the universe. When you get an idea that excites you, act on it. When you feel drawn to do something, do it, even if it doesn't seem directly related to your goals. Trust that it's part of the bigger picture. It's something really important. Don't worry about knowing all the steps to get to your goal. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Just focus on the next right action, the next inspired step. Trust that as you take that step, the next one will be revealed to you. Remember, the universe loves speed. When you get an inspired idea, act on it quickly. Don't let doubt or fear talk you out of it. The quicker you act, the quicker you'll see results. Now, let's talk about patience, because while it's true that everything you want is about to appear all at once, that all at once might not happen on your timeline. The universe operates on its own schedule, and that schedule is always perfect. So while you're waiting for your desires to manifest, stay in a state of positive expectation. Keep doing the inner work, keep taking inspired action, and trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. Think of it like planting a garden. You plant the seeds, you water them, you make sure they get sunlight, but you don't dig them up every day to see if they're growing. You trust in the process. Here's a powerful truth. The more patient and trusting you are, the faster things will manifest. It's like a watched pot never boils. When you're constantly looking for results, constantly wondering when you're actually pushing your desires away. But when you relax into the knowing that it's done, that's when miracles happen. So how do you cultivate that patience and trust? By staying present in the moment, by finding joy and gratitude in your current circumstances, even as you're excited about what's coming, by focusing on being the person who already has what you want, rather than focusing on the when and how of getting it. And here's something really exciting, because you're doing all of this inner work as you're aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with what you want. You're actually changing your brain. You're creating new neural pathways, new patterns of thinking and behaving. You're literally rewiring your brain to match the reality you want to create. This is where the magic really happens, because when you change your brain, you change your life, your brain starts to filter information differently. It starts to notice opportunities that align with your desires. It starts to come up with creative solutions to problems. It starts to attract people and circumstances that match your new vibration. And the best part, this change can happen incredibly quickly. Your brain is constantly changing, constantly adapting. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take is shaping your brain. So when you consistently think, feel, and act in alignment with what you want, you can create massive changes in a very short time. This is why everything you want is about to appear all at once. Because once you reach that tipping point, once your brain has fully aligned with your desires, things can shift incredibly quickly. It's like dominoes falling. Once the first one goes, the rest follow in rapid succession. So how do you know when you're getting close to that tipping point? Pay attention to the signs. Notice the synchronicities, the coincidences that seem to be lining up. Notice how you're feeling more peaceful, more excited, more confident. These are all signs that you're aligning with what you want. There's something really important. Don't discount the small signs. Sometimes we're so focused on the big manifestation that we miss the smaller ones along the way. But those small manifestations are proof that what you're doing is working. They're like breadcrumbs leading you to the feast. So celebrate those small wins. Did you find a parking spot right when you needed one? Celebrate. Did someone give you an unexpected compliment? Celebrate. Did you have a really good idea out of nowhere? Celebrate. The more you acknowledge and appreciate these small manifestations, the more you'll see. Now let's talk about resistance, because as you're doing all of this amazing work, as you're aligning with your desires and raising your vibration, you might start to feel some pushback. You might start to feel doubt, fear, or uncertainty creeping in. This is totally normal, and it's actually a good sign. Why? Because resistance often shows up right before a big breakthrough. It's like your old patterns, your old ways of thinking and being are making one last stand before they give way to the new. It's like the darkness gets darkest right before the dawn. So when you feel that resistance, don't let it discourage you. Instead, see it as a sign that you're on the right track. See it as a sign that you're about to break through to a new level. And then instead of fighting the resistance or trying to push it away, lean into it. Feel it fully, acknowledge it, thank it for trying to protect you, and then choose to move forward anyway. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and taking action anyway. So feel the fear, feel the doubt, feel the uncertainty, and then take that inspired action anyway. Because on the other side of that fear is everything you've ever wanted. Now, let's talk about your environment, because while all of this inner work is crucial, your outer environment plays a big role too. Your environment is constantly sending you messages, constantly influencing your thoughts and feelings. So you need to make sure your environment is supporting your desires, not working against them. Take a look around you. Is your space cluttered and chaotic, or is it clean and organized? Are you surrounded by things that inspire you and make you feel good, or things that drag you down? Are the people in your life supportive of your dreams, or are they constantly doubting and criticizing? Start making changes to your environment to support your new reality. Clear out the clutter. Surround yourself with things that inspire you and remind you of what you're working towards. Spend time with people who believe in you and lift you up. Create a space that feels like the future you're creating. Start living as if you already have what you want. If you want to be wealthy, start treating yourself to small luxuries. If you want a loving relationship, start treating yourself with love and kindness. If you want a successful career, start dressing and acting like the successful person you're becoming. This isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about aligning your current reality with your desired reality. It's about closing the gap between where you are and where you want to be. And as you do this, you'll start to notice amazing things happening. You'll start to feel more confident, more deserving. You'll start to attract people and opportunities that match your new way of being. Now, let's talk about letting go. This might seem counterintuitive, but one of the most powerful things you can do to manifest your desires is to let go of attachment to the outcome. This doesn't mean you stop wanting what you want. It means you trust that whether you get exactly what you're visualizing or something even better, it's all perfect. When you're attached to a specific outcome, you create resistance. You're essentially telling the universe it has to be this way and no other way. But when you let go and trust, you open yourself up to possibilities you might not have even imagined. If you allow the universe to bring you what's truly best for you, you're standing on the edge of something amazing. Right now, in this moment, you're closer than ever to everything you've ever wanted. Can you feel it? That tingling sensation, that excitement bubbling up inside you, that's your body telling you. Everything you want is about to appear all at once. I know what you're thinking. How is that possible? Things don't just happen like that. But let me tell you, they absolutely can. And they will if you're ready to open your mind and embrace a new way of thinking. Think about it. How many times have you heard stories of people who suddenly had their whole lives change in an instant? The struggling artist who gets discovered overnight, the entrepreneur whose business suddenly takes off, the person who finds true love when they least expect it. These aren't just fairy tales or lucky breaks. They're examples of what can happen when you align your thoughts, your energy, and your actions with what you truly desire. But here's the thing. It's not about sitting back and waiting for good things to fall into your lap. It's about actively creating the conditions for amazing things to happen. It's about rewiring your brain, changing your energy, and stepping into a new reality where everything you want is not just possible, but inevitable. Let's talk about your brain for a minute. You've got billions of neurons up there, constantly making connections, forming patterns, and shaping your reality. Every thought you have, every belief you hold, every emotion you feel, it's all creating pathways in your brain. And those pathways determine how you perceive the world, how you react to situations, and ultimately, what kind of life you create for yourself. So ask yourself, what kind of pathways have you been creating? Are they pathways of limitation, of doubt, of I can't and it's not possible? Or are they pathways of possibility, of confidence, of I can and anything is possible? The good news is no matter what kind of pathways you've created in the past, you have the power to change them. Your brain is incredibly plastic, constantly changing and adapting, and you can harness that plasticity to create new neural pathways, pathways that lead to success, happiness, and everything you've ever wanted. How do you do that? It starts with your thoughts. Every time you have a thought, you're firing off neurons in your brain. The more you repeat a thought, the stronger that neural pathway becomes. It's like carving a path through a forest. The more you walk that path, the clearer and easier to follow it becomes. So if you want to create a life where everything you want appears all at once, you need to start thinking thoughts that align with that reality. Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on abundance. Instead of dwelling on past failures, visualize future successes. Instead of worrying about what could go wrong, get excited about what could go right. But it's not just about positive thinking. It's about feeling those positive thoughts in your body. Remember, your body doesn't know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. When you truly feel the joy, the excitement, the gratitude of having everything you want, your body starts to change on a cellular level. Your heart rate changes, your breathing changes. The hormones and neurotransmitters flowing through your body change. And as your body changes, it sends signals back to your brain, reinforcing those positive thoughts and feelings. It's a beautiful feedback loop that can completely transform your life. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I've tried positive thinking before and nothing changed. Here's the thing, it's not enough to just think positive thoughts for a few minutes a day and then go back to your old patterns. You need to make it a consistent practice. You need to live in that state of positivity, of possibility, of knowing that everything you want is just around the corner. It's like working out. You wouldn't expect to get fit by going to the gym once a week for 15 minutes, right? You need to make it a regular part of your routine. The same goes for rewiring your brain. You need to consistently practice thinking and feeling in a new way until it becomes your default state. And here's where it gets really exciting. When you start living in this new state, this state of knowing that everything you want is about to appear, you start to notice opportunities you never saw before. You start attracting people and circumstances that align with your desires. You start taking inspired action that leads you closer to your goals. It's not magic. It's not some mystical secret. It's science. It's understanding how your brain works and using that knowledge to create the life you want. But let's be clear. This isn't about just sitting back and waiting for good things to happen. It's about taking action from a place of possibility and expectation. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone, trying new things and being open to opportunities that you might have dismissed in the past. Think about it this way. If you truly believed that everything you wanted was about to appear all at once, how would you act? Would you stay in that job you hate, or would you start looking for something better? Would you keep hanging out with people who bring you down, or would you seek out relationships that uplift and inspire you? Would you keep putting off your dreams, or would you start taking steps to make them a reality? When you start living as if everything you want is already on its way, you naturally start making choices that align with that reality. You start showing up differently in the world, and the world in turn starts responding to you differently. Now, I'm not saying it's always easy. Changing ingrained patterns of thought and behavior can be challenging. There will be days when your old habits try to creep back in. There will be times when doubt and fear try to take over. But that's okay. That's part of the process. The key is to keep coming back to this new way of thinking and being. Every time you catch yourself slipping into old patterns, gently bring yourself back. Remind yourself that everything you want is about to appear all at once. Feel the excitement of that in your body. Let it energize you and motivate you to keep going. And here's something really important. Don't get hung up on how everything will appear. Too often, we limit ourselves by trying to figure out exactly how our desires will manifest. We think, well, the only way I could get that much money is if I win the lottery, or the only way I could find love is if I meet someone at work. But when you do that, you're putting restrictions on the universe. You're saying, this is the only way it can happen, and you miss out on all the other amazing possibilities that might be available to you. Tyrus, then focus on the end result. Feel what it would be like to have everything you want. Let yourself experience the joy, the satisfaction, the sense of fulfillment, and then let go of the how. Trust that if you keep aligning your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions with what you want, the how will take care of itself. This is where many people get stuck. They can visualize what they want. They can even feel good about it for a little while, but then they look at their current circumstances and think, but how could this possibly happen for me? And in that moment, they snap back to their old reality. They let their current circumstances dictate their future instead of letting their vision of the future shape their present. But what if you could hold on to that vision, that feeling of having everything you want, even when your current reality doesn't match up? What if you could walk through your day dealing with whatever challenges come up, but still maintaining that inner knowing that everything is about to change for the better? That's the key. That's the secret to making everything you want appear all at once. It's about creating a new normal for yourself, a normal where amazing things happening is just par for the course, a normal where opportunities and blessings flow to you effortless. Now, I'm not saying you should ignore your current reality or pretend that challenges don't exist. That's not it at all. What I'm saying is that you can acknowledge your current circumstances while simultaneously holding a vision of something better. You can deal with what's in front of you while still knowing that everything is about to change. It's like being in a dark room and knowing that sunrise is coming. You don't ignore the darkness, you navigate it as best you can. But you also don't let the darkness convince you that the sun won't rise. You know it's coming. And that knowledge gives you hope, strength, and the ability to keep moving forward. So how do you create this new normal for yourself? How do you maintain this state of knowing that everything you want is about to appear, even when your current reality seems to contradict it? It starts with your morning routine. How do you begin your day? Do you wake up and immediately start worrying about all the things you have to do? Do you check your phone and get stressed out before you even get out of bed? Or do you take time to set your intention for the day? Try this before you even open your eyes in the morning. Take a few deep breaths. Feel your body lying in bed. And then instead of immediately jumping into your to-do list for the day, take a moment to visualize everything you want appearing in your life. See it clearly in your mind. Feel the emotions of having all of that. Let that feeling of joy, of excitement, of gratitude fill your entire body. Start your day from that place of possibility and expectation. Let that be the energy you carry with you as you go about your day. When challenges come up, you and they will, don't let them shake your certainty. Instead, see them as opportunities. Opportunities to practice staying in this new state of being. Opportunities to show the universe that you're serious about creating this new reality for yourself. Throughout your day, take moments to reconnect with this feeling. Maybe it's during your lunch break. Maybe it's while you're stuck in traffic. Maybe it's right before you go to bed at night. Use these moments to remind yourself that everything you want is on its way. Feel it in your body. Let it energize you and uplift you. And here's something really powerful. Start looking for evidence that supports this new reality. Our brains are wired to look for evidence that supports what we already believe. So if you believe that life is hard and good things never happen to you, guess what? Your brain will find plenty of evidence to support that belief. But if you start believing that everything you want is about to appear, your brain will start looking for evidence of that instead. You'll start noticing the good things that happen, no matter how small. You'll start seeing opportunities where before you only saw obstacles. You'll start recognizing the ways in which the universe is conspiring to bring you everything you desire. Maybe someone compliments you out of the blue. Maybe you find $1 on the street. Maybe you have a great conversation with a stranger. These might seem like small things, but they're actually signs that your energy is shifting. They're indicators that you're aligning with a new reality where good things flow to you easily and naturally. Acknowledge these signs. Celebrate them. Let them bolster your belief that everything you want really is about to appear all at once. Now let's talk about action. Because while changing your thoughts and feelings is crucial, it's not the whole picture. You also need to take inspired action towards your goals. But here's the thing. When you're coming from this place of knowing that everything you want is about to appear, the actions you take will be different. They won't be actions born out of desperation or fear. They won't be actions that feel like a struggle or a fight against the world. Instead, they'll be actions that feel good, actions that excite you, actions that feel like they're bringing you closer to your desires. And because they feel good, you'll be more likely to keep doing them consistently. This is where a lot of people get tripped up. They think that achieving their goals has to be hard. They think it has to involve sacrifice and struggle. But what if it could be easy? What if the path to everything you want could actually be enjoyable? That's not to say there won't be challenges. Of course there will be. But when you're in the state of knowing that everything is working out for you, you'll approach those challenges differently. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, you'll see them as stepping stones. Instead of getting discouraged, you'll get curious. What can I learn from this? How is this actually helping me get closer to what I want? And here's something really important. Don't wait until everything is perfect to start enjoying your life. Don't put off happiness until you've achieved all your goals. Because here's the truth, there will always be more goals. There will always be more things to achieve. If you make your happiness dependent on achieving certain things, you'll always be chasing the next goal, the next achievement. You'll never allow yourself to truly enjoy the present moment. Instead, choose to be happy now. Choose to enjoy your life now. Because when you do that, you actually put yourself in a better position to achieve your goals. You raise your vibration. You become more attractive to the things you want. And you create a life that's wonderful in the journey, not just the destination. Remember, everything you want is about to appear all at once. But all at once doesn't mean you have to wait for some future moment when everything magically falls into place. It means that right now, in this moment, you can choose to see your life through new eyes. You can choose to feel the excitement and joy of knowing that amazing things are on their way to you. So it's like when you're expecting a package in the mail. You know it's coming, even if it hasn't arrived yet. And that knowledge changes how you feel. You get excited every time you hear a truck on your street. You eagerly check your mailbox. You live in a state of happy anticipation. That's how you want to live your life, in a state of happy anticipation, knowing that everything you want is on its way to you. And just like with the package, the more you live in that state of expectation, the more likely it is to arrive quickly. Now, let's talk about resistance, because as you start living in this new way, as you start expecting amazing things to happen, you might notice some pushback. It might come from your own mind in the form of doubts or fears. It might come from the people around you who are used to you being a certain way and get uncomfortable when you start changing. This resistance is normal. It's actually a good sign. It means you're pushing against the boundaries of your old reality. You're expanding into something new. And just like when you stretch a muscle, there might be some discomfort at first. But don't let that resistance stop you. Don't let it convince you to shrink back into your old patterns. Instead, see it as an opportunity to practice staying in your new state of being. When doubts come up, acknowledge them, but don't let them take over. Remind yourself of why you're doing this. Remind yourself of how it feels to know that everything you want is about to appear. And when it comes to the people around you, remember, you don't need anyone else's permission to change your life. You don't need anyone else to believe in your vision. It's wonderful if they do, but if they don't, that's okay. Keep focusing on your own energy, your own beliefs, your own actions. As you start to change, as amazing things start happening in your life, they'll see the results. And who knows, you might just inspire them to make positive changes in their own lives. Now, let's talk about gratitude. Because gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you have for creating the life you want. When you're grateful for what you have, you actually open yourself up to receiving more. It's like telling the universe, hey, I really appreciate this. I'd love more of this, please. But here's the key. You want to practice gratitude not just for what you have, but for what's coming. Remember, everything you want is about to appear all at once. So start feeling grateful for it now. Feel the gratitude in your body for the amazing things that are on their way to you. This might feel strange at first. You might think, how can I be grateful for something I don't have yet? But remember, your body doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you feel genuine gratitude for your desires, as if they've already manifested, you start to change your energy. You start to align yourself with the reality where those things exist. And here's something really powerful. Start looking for things to be grateful for in your current circumstances, even if they're not perfect. Because when you can find gratitude in any situation, you put yourself in a much better position to create positive change. Maybe you're not where you want to be in your career yet, but can you be grateful for the skills you're learning in your current job? Can you be grateful for the clarity this situation is giving you about what you really want? Maybe you haven't found your perfect relationship yet, but can you be grateful for the love you have in your life from friends and family? Can you be grateful for the opportunity to work on yourself and become the kind of person who will attract an amazing relationship? When you practice gratitude in this way, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. And as you do that, you'll start to notice more and more things to be grateful for. It's like you're tuning your radio to the frequency of abundance and joy.